Welcome to the Men's Mastery course. Hey, I'm glad you wanted to take some time to find out about our program, Best Year of Your Life program from the Men's Mastery course, and find out more about our retreats and see if this is something that you might want to do. So welcome. You're going to get an introduction to how you can achieve more and become a better man as we share with you some hard-won lessons on the path of mastery, of the basics of life, and you're going to get an understanding of what the Men's Mastery course is, how it works, what your investment is, and see if it's right for you this year. So check this out. This is the description of the Men's Mastery course from one of our participants, a guy who's gone through the program twice. He's done it for 2 years, and he's going to be going through our mentor program, helping you this year. He said this is all about where you are now, where you're going, and how to get there. It's about having goals that you want to accomplish, living your potential. It's about having the best freaking year of your life, a year in which anything is possible and you learn about yourself. That's about getting the tools, the techniques, and the processes to help take you there. So where are you at now? Can you take an honest look at your life and be able to tell yourself, I like what I'm doing, I like what my goals are, but I could use some help and support. I could fine-tune some areas, or maybe I'm dissatisfied with certain areas of my life and I really want to step up and make some changes. Maybe I want to step out and break through in a new way that is totally new. Maybe I want to accept myself more. Maybe I want to have more fulfillment from what I'm already doing. And what would it be like to have the best year of your life, where you could look back and go, wow, that was a journey, that was a wild ride, but man, I am psyched to be here now. Standing on the platform, on the podium, the wart around your neck, looking back thinking, the forest was with me this year. Well, what would it look like? Close your eyes right now and just imagine 1 year from now. See the date being 1 year later, and just imagine looking back. It was an amazing year. Wow, what a full, wonderful year. What would it be? What would you do? Who would you be with? What could you celebrate from this year? Put one hand on your heart and one hand on your stomach and just take a deep breath. And just breathe into that vision and let that vision really get anchored into your body as a felt sense of what the best year of your life would look like. And if you want that, and if you're willing to create that for yourself, just nod yes. Yes, I am. Just say yes to yourself. Yes, I'm willing to create that year for myself. So we're going to give you tools to do that. We're going to give you tried and tested tools. We're going to give you tools that we know work. Nothing fancy, no mysteries, no secrets. Simple success tools that are going to make a difference for you now and for the rest of your life. These tools are good for a lifetime. And this is one of the great benefits of the Men's Mastery course, is the things you learn you will use for the rest of your life. It makes it a great investment. If we had to really sum up the value of the course in one word, I think it would be focus. I think it would be 12 months for you to really hone in on one major area of your life and really say, you know, in the next 12 months, I'm going to develop in this way that I've always wanted to. I'm going to develop this book or this career or this relationship or whatever it might be, so that after 1 year you can really look back and have honed in on some major goals and say, yes, this year was awesome. This was one of the best years of my life, the best year of my life thus far. And I have something to show for it. I have some significant real life tangible goals that I've achieved. But you know, I think the real beauty and the differentiating factor is that this is also a men's group. So you have all these success principles, but you have a men's group, and we're affiliated with the Men's Leadership Alliance, an organization that I've been involved with for 17 years and been participating, staffing, facilitating men's work Wow, since I was 18 and I'm 35 now. So this is a long journey for me and something that I think I can bring to the table as value. And it really helps us to frame goals as an archetypal hero's journey, so that you set these goals for the 12 months and along the way you are getting transformed. There's a transformative archetypal journey that begins to happen as you set a major life goal and commit to it. So it becomes about who you are after the end, and this is something I learned in Outward Bound, that we set these outrageous goals and go for them, but it's really about learning and becoming the best version of ourselves and increasing our capacity, increasing our leadership, and increasing the skillfulness to apply to our life. But the funny thing is, although it's true that these goals are symbols of who we want to become, and it's about how we play the game of life, and it's about us growing as individuals that's really valuable, in order for that to work, you have to believe that the goals are actually the most important things in your life. You have to play as if the goal was the most significant. Play to win. You have to play to win as if the game was really real. And there's a paradox there, and both are true. It's not an either-or position. It's the process and the outcome that we're focusing on. So what's this mastery course all about? Let's take a deeper hit. Let's dive in. Well, we're talking about learning from people like Benjamin Franklin. Here's a guy who was a high achiever. He's very well known as being a statesman and a politician in the American Revolution, but of course he was also a business owner. He owned a printing press. He was also an inventor. He invented the bifocal glasses, the Franklin stove, many musical instruments, and innovative uses of electricity. But you know, Benjamin Franklin was also a self-help author. He wrote the Poor Richard's Almanacs. And he was involved with innovating social solutions in early America. He pioneered innovations for the fire departments, for the postal service, and he was the first guy in America to have a mastermind group. He called the junta, and it was guys getting together to develop their character and support their forward progress in life and support the forward progress of America as a new country. So it's this character development mixed with fundamentals of achievement. And here's what I love about the Men's Mastery course. What we're teaching is simple. We're teaching you fundamentals like how to achieve your goals. And guess what? There's no secret to this. There's no mystery to this. I love seeing people who are teaching things and they say we have the mysteries, the secrets, you know, our hidden formulas for success. Come on, you got to be kidding me, right? I mean, think about it. Are there really any secret formulas anymore when you can get on Amazon and buy just about any book that's ever been written? When you can get online and look on Wikipedia about just about anything that's ever been? We're talking about teaching you simple things that we're facilitating skillfully. I think the value of the course here is not in the, like bells and whistles of the elements of the course, but in the skillful facilitation, the coaching, the way the course is set up to be successful. And we mix it with this men's group idea, this idea of support, accountability, fierce presence, fierce compassion, love, and also truth-telling, calling each other out, support. And when you mix these together, you have something really rare and something unique and something that works. In fact, this is of all the programs I've done, this is the program that gets the best results. So you're in the Men's Mastery course, and you may be wondering, well, what's the mastery part of it? Well, the mastery part comes in some really simple teachings from the book of the same name called Mastery by George Leonard. And there are these four kind of types of people. You have the dabbler who tries some things, gets some success, but as soon as there's a setback decides, oh, that must not be for me, because if it was, it would be endlessly effortless and there would be no challenge, and they're constantly on the lookout for the endlessly effortless path, which doesn't exist. Then there's the hacker. The hacker is content to work, achieve, have some setbacks, achieve some more, and kind of plateau off. And they're content at knowing a few things to get by. Then there's the obsessive who wants to get things figured out now, has no patience, wants to achieve it, or burn out. And most often they burn out because they're not willing to pay the price over a period of time. The mastery curve is about constant and never-ending improvement. It's about taking small steps consistently. It's about embracing boredom, repetition. It's about embracing setbacks and failure for a period of time. And we say 12 months is the minimum amount of time to have a course like this to really master these things. In fact, we look at this as a 3-year cycle. The first year you do the program, the second year you come back as a mentor, and the third year, if you'd like, you can be a facilitator. Then you're really beginning to master some things. So this is the Blind Cafe. This is a friend of mine named Brian Rocheleau, or Rosh. And Rosh has been a great friend of mine. In fact, he's one of my best friends. He's also been a client in some of the coaching work that I've done, and I've helped Rosh set up some house concert tours overseas, and one of the house concert tours led him to a blind cafe in Reykjavik, Iceland, and he was so inspired by the possibility of playing music, his music, in an environment where people could tune in with their ears and really listen and shut off the hungry eyes for a while and have this wonderful venue for connecting to the music. That he came back and he said, I'm going to start these blind cafes. And he did it. And he's done them in Austin and Portland and Boulder repeatedly and Cleveland, and he's doing them all over the country, and it's amazing, and people get these wonderful experiences. And he's doing the course this year, and these are the kind of people we want to support. Passionate, motivated, high-achieving guys. Now, you don't have to be doing something as outrageous as creating a blind cafe, but we want to make sure that you have something you're inspired by, a goal, a dream that you want to achieve, and that you want to contribute to the world. These are the people that we want to be in the Men's Mastery course. Now, when you take all of these things together, you start to build a momentum. You start to build a wave, and it starts to carry you so that you begin to practice these enough, life begins to generate energy that's supportive for you. It's very powerful, and it takes you into places that you thought you'd never be.